We are live this time from YouTube. So, welcome to Quarantine Quarters, the YouTube edition, because Facebook is silly. We're so glad that you're able to join us on this socially distant Saturday. My name is Ellen. I am a co founder of Green Buffalo Productions. Maddie couldn't be with us tonight, but we miss her, and she is our lovely co founder, Madison Sudler. So we just wanted to still have our quarantine quarters, even though it's on a Saturday instead of Friday. And so going forward, just wanted to acknowledge we have both Zach Hattrick and Layla Gentil on the call as well, because we can't do this without them. Layla is our lovely board member. She also is a director, playwright, actor, stage manager, theater extraordinaire. And Zach is our pretty cool video guy, playwright, director, actor, another theater extraordinaire. They both do everything for us, and we love them very much. So before we get started with the actual play reading, just wanted to go through that because, 2020 is a bit rough. We had to cancel some shows, so we were like, let's see, what should we do? Maybe we should start a Patreon and try to give a lot of people some virtual stuff to enjoy while they're at home, trying to be safe. So we do have a Patreon. If you wanted to check that out, it's patreon.com/Green Buffalo Productions. We're going to have a bunch of stuff up there that's currently in production, such as a radio play by Madison Sudler called Almost Paradise with a large cast. And we're actually still casting for that. So if you're a woman in the Buffalo, Rochester area, we'd love to have you. Just send us an email at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. You'll hear that email address a bit throughout this entire cast because we love having you email us for all sorts of stuff. We have another thing in progress called The Magic Skull by Sean Cheeky that we're working on little by little. I think there are still some parts for that as well. So if you wanted to email us for that, so you'll get those if you become a patron at the $5 level, at any level really. There's another level, the $10 level, where Layla or I will write you a personalized poetry postcard. Now that Spooky One Acts is over, or Spooky Film Festival, I should say, I can catch up on those. So the people that are owed those lovely postcards are going to get those in the mail very soon. Another radio series that we have going on through Patreon is the Emerald Terrace, also currently in production. And just because we are talking about Patreon, we should call out the lovely people that are supporting us every month. That's Catherine Trebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazis, Leslie Lesterman, Kelly Buth, Scott Seifritz, Elizabeth Pope, Lori Mara, Jackie Sedler, Gwen Davis, Laurel Walford, and Derry Howell. So thank you, everybody. Oh, wait, we have one more, Elizabeth Snodgrass, that actually joined during our last stream of the Spooky Film Festival. So that was pretty cool to get that during that stream. And speaking of, we still have that show up on YouTube, which, oh, look, you're already there. So after you listen to these plays, you could watch some films if you're missing Halloween already. So that is up. We had 6 films go up this year. We usually have a stage play, but that wasn't the safest option this year, so we decided to go to film. So we have a bunch of those to watch. If you wanted to check them out, they are free, but we do accept donations as always. And then just bouncing back to Patreon really quick, we had an extra film go out on Patreon that we had actually cast and performed last year on the stage, and then this year we decided to adapt it to film. So that's an extra special thing for patrons. We also just wanted to acknowledge really quick that we had a pretty eventful day today, but the work isn't done in terms of social justice and kind of just moving forward in our country. So we do support Black Lives Matter, and we do support them now and going forward. And basically, my my refrain is vote, but looks like we're done with that for a little bit. But continue to vote, continue to be active in your communities. We can all make a difference. So let's do our best. Buffalo Theater Workshop, if I may continue talking for a little bit longer. We have Buffalo Theater Workshop as something that we work closely with. The founder of Buffalo Theater Workshop is Emma English. She's great. We decided that Layla, Madison, and I really wanted to make sure we had a way to help writers in the Western New York area get their work from page to stage as best as possible. So any kind of work in progress that you're whittling away at, if you wanted to send that into the Buffalo Theater Workshop at buffalotheaterworkshop@gmail.com, we will take that script that you have in process, cast it, or help you cast it if you have something in mind, and discuss it. We have a monthly discussion, and we just want to help you get your script to where it needs to be before we have you send it in to get produced, or before you choose a theater company of your own. Is there?
Yes,
actually, go ahead.
I was going to say this month, actually, on November 18th, which is a Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., is the next reading for the Buffalo Theater Workshop. It is called Mortal of Grace, by one of the playwrights whose play we were actually reading tonight, by Jeff Dunn. So we will be workshopping his play, getting it at a better level so that he could ultimately produce it and get it on stage. So if you are free, Wednesday, November 18th at 6:30 p.m., please join us. We will have a Facebook event created soon so that you can learn more about it, potentially get casted in the reading, and help create a better play.
All right. Do you want to, because I just talked for a million years, do you want to kind of go over what Quarantine Quarters is for those who haven't joined us before?
Absolutely.
What we're doing here.
Absolutely. Yeah, no worries. So Quarantine Quarters was a writing challenge that Ellen, Maddie, and I decided to start at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, when many of us stuck in quarantine. We decided that a great way to do that would be to encourage people to write with certain limitations that could enable them to create something new, something short, and then we could read it. At first, it started every week, and then as we've opened up a little more, people have gotten busier, we've decided to do it every other week. But we might be closing down again, so who knows? Maybe we'll do it every week again. We'll see. But very happy to say that these week's winners for our Quarantine Quarters number 21. That's right. We've had 21 Quarantine Quarters. The winners of this week are Elevator by Kelly Buth, The House Where It Started by Leslie Cairns, and Growing Young Together by Jeff Dunn, which all three we will be reading tonight. The prompts that they had to use during the Quarantine Quarter writing challenge were 3 pieces of dialogue. They only had to use 1, but for extra challenge, they could have used 2 or even all 3. And those lines of dialogue are, I told you I'm sorry, and I'm not coming back. We'd be good. We'd be great together. And do you suddenly have craving for pudding? The 3 props that could be used are dino nuggets, a marble, and a mirror. All 3 of the props must be used in a Quarantine Quarter. And then for setting, only 1 setting must be used of the ones we give. It's either a fancy restaurant, an elevator, or a park. So as we're reading the plays tonight, for fun, try and see if you can find any of those prompts that were used throughout the plays. And if we have nothing else, I believe let's get started with Elevator. So for Elevator, we have the cast of Ashley Morrison playing Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Donald Trump being played by Roger Gans, The Gatekeeper being read by Deborah Orange, Hillary Clinton being read by Ellen Scher, and Marisol being read by Sarah Henderson. And me, Layla Gentil, I'll be reading the stage directions. I'm just going to check and make sure that those that I just read out are unmuted. Yep. Great. So I'm going to get started. Elevator by Kelly M. Buth. The scene begins in darkness. We hear the sound of an elevator ding, and the lights come up on the gatekeeper as the elevator doors open. There is a mist that surrounds the stage so that we are immediately aware that we are facing no ordinary elevator.
The elevator to your final destination.
Final destination? Oh, okay. Shit. I guess this is really it?
He fumbles as he enters the elevator, somewhat older since leaving America in shambles. The doors close as Trump looks around for a button to push.
Gee, I'm not sure. Where's the damn buttons?
No buttons needed.
Okay. Well then, going up, I guess.
That has yet to be determined.
Are you kidding me? After all I did for this country, I was the best president. I gave up years of my life to make America great. You're fired.
Sorry, Donald. Even you cannot fire the gatekeeper to the world beyond.
Well, you gotta give me credit for trying.
Silence as the elevator begins to move.
So, where does this thing go?
Patience. All will be revealed.
Trump begins to sweat a little and looses his tie.
Okay.
He begins to look around the space, trying to distract himself to pass the time. The elevator makes significant noise as it moves, but we are all unable to tell from the movement whether it is ascending or descending.
You got a good maintenance man for this thing? I know a guy, really good guy. I can get you a real good deal.
Save it, Donald. He already works for us, and we actually pay him.
The elevator comes to a sharp halt. Donald's is tossed to the ground. However, the gatekeeper remains unmoving.
Jeez.
Welcome to Purgatory. Here you must visit with a person from your past that you have utterly wronged. It will be solely up to them as to your final destination.
He picks up a phone receiver and speaks into it, or she.
Yes, send her in.
Her? Well, this should be easy. All the ladies love me.
Is that according to your sixth wife?
Whew, that was a rough one. Okay. Most of the ladies love me, save for a very few nasty women, feminists. Can't believe I was stupid enough to marry one. She was hot. What can I say? All right, let's get this over with.
The Honorable Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the Supreme Court of the United States of America.
Oh, shit.
RBG enters. She is 26, gorgeous, and dressed in lawyer attire. She enters with a smile on her face and sizes up the tiny man before her.
Well, I never thought I would see this day. Hello, Donald.
Ruth? Ruth, is that really you? Oh, come on. Okay, who's got the hidden camera? Whose idea of a sick joke is this? Rudy, is this you? Show yourself, you damn weasel. Is this your idea for a new reality show? Cute, real cute. Ruth, you should join us for this. We'd be good. We'd be great together.
Silence.
Her voice thunders through the chamber and the entire thing shakes. Donald is visibly shaken.
Much better. Yes, Donald, it is me. Your eyes don't deceive you. Welcome to Purgatory. To say that I have been waiting for this day is a major understatement.
Well, Ruth, hey, you look great. The years have been kind to you.
Yes, Donald, they have. You see, I spent my years on Earth working for the betterment of mankind. So part of my heavenly reward was to return to any age I'd like to be for all eternity. I am young, beautiful, healthy, and plan to stay that way for at least another few million years or so.
Good. I think I may like it up here. You may not know this, but I was pretty nice looking in my younger years. Very handsome. Magnet for the ladies.
Donald, I know. I've heard all about it. How you used to touch them inappropriately, wildly violating their bodily anatomy. And worse.
Well, I was famous. And when you're famous, they let you do anything.
Silence!
Okay.
I am well aware of your earthly exploits. In fact, many of the women you wronged are here today, watching these proceedings as part of their closure.
Oh.
You see, Donald, everyone who is preparing for the afterlife must stand face to face with their worst earthly burden before being allowed to pass over to the kingdom of heaven and live free from the cares of their former life. It is a rite of passage, designed to bring closure to one's time on earth so that they may authentically enjoy the evermore. Most people face one or two people in purgatory. But you, well, let's just say they've been lining up for years.
Well, I always did draw big crowds.
Silence! This is not a joking matter.
Sorry?
You have destroyed lives, Donald. Carelessly, recklessly, with complete abandon. And today, well, today is your day of reckoning.
Reckoning? I'm not sure where this is going.
Today, Donald J. Trump, you stand before us, and we decide where you will spend the rest of all eternity. These ladies have selected me to represent them.
Oh, shit.
Ah, the gravity of what's before you is finally beginning to sink in, is it? Good. Before we begin, I have to know. They don't tell us. How did you finally die? I myself am very curious to know. What? Cat's got your tongue? Out with it. It's all part of the process. Louder, Donald. They can't hear you in the back. Yes?
I choked on a dino nugget.
On a dino nugget?
Bingo! Me, I won.
Way to go, Hillary! That's a fast track straight to heaven for you.
We hear an otherworldly beaming up sort of noise, and RBG follows an arc in the sky as Hillary Clinton is apparently beamed straight to heaven.
Well, if crooked Hillary Clinton can make it to heaven, then I got no problem.
It's what you think.
Oh, please. Have you ever gotten her emails? That alone is a one-way ticket to the depths of hell.
Silence! We are not here to discuss Hillary, Joe, Kamala, or any of the other million victims that suffered at the hands of your lies, your selfishness, and your negligence. Today, we are here to discuss you.
My favorite subject.
Maybe not for long.
She raises her hand in the air and a very large mirror drops from the sky and lands on the ground facing Donald with an impressive thud.
Look.
Trump looks into the mirror.
Not too bad, if I do say so myself.
You see.
Well, where should I begin?
I'll tell you what I see. I see a coward, a liar, a thief with tiny hands who stuff them greedily into the pocketbook of America, pulling out handful after handful of money for his own benefit, while people lay starving and unemployed at the mercy of a pandemic.
Oh, come on. It's a little harsh, don't you think?
A pandemic that stole the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans. A pandemic that you downplayed to your followers daily, convincing them that they didn't need to wear masks, didn't need to social distance, encouraging them to gather and chant your praise in super spreader events across the country, withholding supplies from frontline workers. Doctors and nurses wrap themselves in garbage bags in a desperate attempt to stay safe. All while you downplayed the risks of this highly contagious disease by lying to the American people.
I didn't want them to overreact.
You didn't want to take responsibility for your inept behavior. Didn't want them to see that the only way you could run this country was into the ground.
Hey! I got COVID. I survived. Wasn't any big deal. Just a cold, flu.
You survived, if you ever even had the virus at all, because you had access to the best doctors in the country. Best doctors and new and experimental treatments not available to the common man. You survived. But the blood of hundreds of thousands of others will be forever on your hands.
She gestures to the left.
Look at them.
We see thousands of people lined up for miles, all staring at Donald Trump.
Look at every single one of them. Each person you see had a family, had friends, a job, children, loved ones, a life. Every person that you let die with your negligence was someone's child. You think about that. Hundreds of thousands of childless parents, all because of the gross neglect of one tiny man.
Trump is silent for a moment.
I didn't think of,
No. You most certainly didn't think, Donald. You very seldom do. You didn't think, and you didn't care, because the vast majority of those people were persons of color. People who meant nothing to you. People who you spent your life hating simply because of the color of their skin.
Hey, now that's not true. I have a black friend. Me and Kanye, we're tight.
Oh, please.
We hear a chime, and RGB produces a piece of paper.
I happen to have evidence to the contrary. Donald, I knew you were never my friend. It took me a long time to see it, but you're a damn fake. You used me. You used me for my celebrity, and you convinced me you were on my side. Well, never again. I've seen the light. I know who you really are.
Kanye, buddy!
Silence! You don't get to speak. This is their chance to address you. They are your victims. They have all suffered terribly at your hand, and now is their moment to say their piece. You fan the flames of racism in this country over and over again. Raised armed white supremacists to the level of heroes in the eyes of your malleable supporters. Stand back and stand by. Remember that? Marching orders for your army of tiny men. Tiny men with hatred in their hearts and no purpose in this world other than to blindly follow their hero. Well, you and they will face the consequences of those foolish actions. Those who suffered at their hands will have their moment, just like this one, to face not only you, but all those who stole breath from their lips and joy from their hearts.
I never meant to do any
But
of
you
that.
did. Period. And all the denying in the world won't change the cold, hard facts. Because you see, Donald, the real world deals with facts, understands them, and accepts them to be true, just like science. Rational, hardcore, straight-up facts. To the day you died, you never accepted the facts. Just the Donald-centered, propaganda-filled lies that fueled your greed-filled agenda.
2 words. Fake news.
You treated the media like an enemy. Straight up destroyed the credence of one of the fundamental freedoms of the American people, the press. Despicable lives and self-serving actions that only left our country defenseless.
She stops abruptly and looks downward. A small girl of around 14 years old is looking up at her inquisitively.
Marisol? Sweetheart.
Is it my turn yet, Magic Judge Lady?
Oh yes, sweetheart. I didn't forget. Go ahead. Say to the man what you'd like to say.
Marisol walks shyly towards Trump and holds out her. When she opens her fingers, she is holding a marble.
This marble, my papa gave to me on my 8th birthday. It was his when he was a little boy. It was all he had left to remember his mama by. I kept it close to my heart ever since that day. From that day, and even when we tried to come to America, it was always with me. You see, I come from a country where there is violence all around. It was dangerous every single day. My papa was the only person I had left in the whole world. And when we tried to come to America for a better, safer life, you took him from me. You took him and sent him back, and I never saw him again. I begged the guard every single day to please find my papa, to please let me go look for him. But he told me that you, Mr. Trump, that you didn't want us here because we were dangerous and bad. Do I look dangerous and bad? My papa was a good man. He worked hard to make sure I had good food to eat, and he always loved me very much. He didn't deserve to be sent back there to die. And I didn't deserve to die on the cold, hard floor of a cage, clutching this marble, the only thing left of my papa in my cold, dead hand. I want you to take it.
She holds the marble out to him, and he backs away.
No! I don't want it. I'm sorry.
Come right back here, Donald. Stand and face your truth like the man you're supposed to be.
I told you I'm sorry, and I'm not coming back.
Now!
The room thunders, and Donald scurries back.
Now take the marble.
He hesitates, but sees the look on her face and puts out his hand. Marisol places the marble in his hand, and he closes his hand around it without looking at it.
Now, let that be a reminder of all your earthly failures. From this day on, you are bound to hold it in your hand, and let it be a remembrance of all the pain you caused every place you stepped.
Okay, I'll hold it. So,
Trump-
is this over yet? I've listened to all the accusations, and I've heard enough. Now, can I just get back on the elevator and head on up to heaven? I'm really hungry. Do you suddenly have a craving for pudding? I have this sudden urge for some chocolate pudding.
Silence! You disgust me. Not only can't you face the horrifying atrocities that you perpetuated upon millions of innocent people, but you stand here and laugh in their faces.
Laughing? Who's laughing?
Silence! When will you learn?
Look, maybe I wasn't a perfect president. And if we're being honest, I never really even wanted to be president. I just wanted to get some publicity for my businesses. However, I was better than Obama. But if I may, can I ask you one question?
There is a long moment of silence as RBG stares at him, contemplating.
Regret this? Just one. Go ahead.
You've told me about everybody else's issues with me, but you haven't said anything about why you are here. Why are you here, Ruth?
That's Justice Ginsburg to you. The abject disrespect of ignoring my dying wish aside, you destroyed my legacy and the lives and futures of millions of women with your installation of that woman, that primitive handmaiden, to succeed me on the court. Nothing, but nothing could be more horrific than setting back women's rights and progress by decades simply to appease your conservative following and rake in dirty Federalist money. You, Donald J. Trump, you disgust me. But I can see hope on the horizon. No thanks to you. And America will come back from this. America will prevail. Because ultimately, and always, good triumphs over evil. And now, I think it's time. Please, step back into the elevator.
Trump does so quickly.
Oh, good. So glad that's over.
Over. Over. Oh no, Donald. It's only just beginning. Every soul in this room will haunt you for all eternity. while you suffer, while you burn, while you broil in the depths of hell.
No, no, no. Please?
Going down.
Going down. No justice, no peace.
We hear Trump screaming as the elevator descends into the depths of hell. And then, all of a sudden, it is silent. There's a long moment while RBG gathers herself and turns to face the invisible masses.
Justice. No peace. And now, my friends, let us ascend. Paradise awaits.
We hear the joyous sounds of the crowd as they are lifted into eternal paradise. The end. Well, after a day like today, that was a great play to start with. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to hand it over to Ellen.
Yes, I actually heard from Kelly a little bit earlier today, and she said, yeah, I think it might have hit a little differently if we read it yesterday. So, all right, so the next play we have, actually, you know what? Before we get to the next play, let me just read off those patrons again, because I don't want to forget about all of you lovely human beings. 1 second here. We've got Catherine Schwebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiasis, Leslie Lesterman, Kelly Buth, Scott Seifritz, Elizabeth Pope, Lori Mara, Jackie Settler, Gwen Davis, Laurel Walford, Derry Howell, and Elizabeth Snodgrass. So thank you so much for being patrons. And if anyone listening also wants to be a patron, please do that. We have lots of extra goodies for you. Patreon.com/Green Buffalo Productions. Okay, so next, speaking of our lovely patrons, first of all, Kelly is a patron, so thank you very much for Elevator. And secondly, Leslie Cairns, The House Where It Started. So just want to make sure that we have John Paul DeGennaro and Sarah Henderson ready to read. Like they're both unmuted. Awesome. Okay. Okay. The House Where It Started by Leslie Cairns. We open on an elevator. It's above a police station and is a popular place for the main character, Sky, to take his dates. Above the police station is a ballroom. It's midnight, so no one should really be there. We see Sky and a woman named Beth sneaking past the cop entrance and into the elevator. Lights fade and then come back up. They're in the elevator. Beth is dressed to impress. Sky, a dress. Oh, Beth is dressed to impress Sky. A dress, chandelier earrings, the works.
So now we just press the button to the 3rd floor. No, wait, 4th.
And then?
And then we just close the doors back and we have this room all to ourselves.
I needed a day away, not anything else. Got it?
I know. I didn't mean a hookup. You were never that to me. But
What?
we'd be good. We'd be great together.
Oh, Sky. You know that you're not that type of high school boy.
What if I am?
Come on, you. Thanks for getting me out of there.
Anytime.
Thanks for letting me go to get a tattoo of the lamest thing in the world.
She shows
Can I
her ankle. It's a tattoo of a dino nugget.
Can I touch it? I know it's sore.
Of course. You know me. I trust you.
He traces the raw tattoo of the dino nugget.
I didn't even ask the story.
Story?
Why you have those tattoos?
Later, okay? Let's just sit here.
She lies down, and then she presses all the buttons from lying on the floor.
Wow. Not like we're gonna get caught because the cop station is right below us.
Give a girl some buttons to push.
She's gonna push them?
Something like that.
Beth leans in and kisses him slowly, then wraps her arms around him. Finally, he lightly pulls away. He brushes her hair out of her face.
I love this. But
But
I want to know about you. What's going on?
why does the world have to talk about the world? Sometimes the world is just like a soda can sprayed all over the place. Bubbles that spill over, pressure too high until it spills over, wasted water that could have been used to quench your thirst is wasted, spilled on the ground, ruined. And that's just the way it is sometimes. Do you ever wonder if you were kicked out of the orbit of the world before you had a chance to prepare yourself for the fall?
Beth, what's going on?
Well, do you think that it's too late?
Too late for what?
A normal life. I know, I'm only in high school and we have time, but I feel like I've already spun into a new life, and the old one I can't get back.
Hey, don't say that. You can get everything. Like the Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel? I don't understand.
When I first took you on a date we went on?
The Ferris wheel, right. So cliche.
But is it a cliche? Or is it what we deserve? More importantly, what you deserve. You deserve the lights at moonlight and wearing that pretty dress you were wearing. Your hair up in a bun, remember? And the crickets made noises and we kissed at the top. Just like everyone else before us. Date protocol number 1 is kissing at the top of a Ferris wheel. But that memory, that ordinary slice of peace and romance and cliche happiness, it matters. You deserve every single moment like that. The marriage someday, the love affair, the love affairs, the kids, the white picket fence, even the little Labrador in the front yard, the college acceptance like you just got, friends, sorority life if you want, travel to Colorado and Antarctica and Ireland.
You remember I liked Ireland?
I do. No one is going to take those memories away. No one. You deserve tying all the happiness cliches on your arm, like a string.
You think?
I know I do. I know we're in an elevator and we could get caught at any moment.
Oh, Mr. Cool Man.
But I know this life for you is like constellations in the sky. They're already there, just waiting for you. All right?
She doesn't think so.
Who?
My mom. She saw the acceptance letter and said I better start saving my money because she's not paying.
Who's the worst? Beth.
But what if she's right? Or what if all the time she's been angry at me and called me vile names and told me I would fail at college and she wouldn't care? And the time she treated my cheeks like body parts to take and hurt and slap? What if all that ugliness strips me of the pretty moments? What if I'll never be set right again, normal enough again, to get all those dreams you said? The normal life? What if they go out like a flashlight that gets hit too many times against a rock?
Hey, Beth.
She starts crying. He moves closer to her and he grabs her hands and traces the lines on her palm.
I mean, I'm just me. I'm all I've got to prove to the world that I matter, that I'm good enough. And no one likes to hear me say this.
Beth, I do.
Like my friends, they don't want to hear too many times about my pain, or about the mean mom, or about crying. The older I get, the worse that will get. I know it's like studying for an exam. I know I'm gonna fail, you know?
No, but
What if all the hatred she's directed at me? What if not only am I really this monster she's created, but all that hate inside of me, all the words she said that replay in my head? You're a cunt. I'm sick of your shit. I won't help pay you for your college, even though, do you remember how much I make a year? $80K. You're just like your dad. That's why I divorced him. You just carry grudges too much. I didn't even hit you that hard. I'd quit drinking if you were a better daughter. You're hurting your sister. You make me have to find out where you are because you keep running away. I never have the strength to fight back, to say fuck her when she's saying this to me. I'm worried, who will I be if I say those words back to her day after day? Will I be like her? So I just listen to her words like they are church sermons, and I count the whirring fan, the laps it's doing around the sun, or sometimes I try to pretend the roof is gone from our house and I can count the stars. Sometimes I can get into the thousands before she drunkenly wanders off. And then I make my hair up like this, and I pretend I'm fine. And we kiss in elevators, and I pretend to be a teenager, a young person that believes in marriage and love and kisses and romance. And all I see, all I hear, is the monster that I am, staring me in the face.
Beth breaks down. Sky leans his head on her shoulder and just shushes her gently for a moment.
It's not true. And I'll tell you why. Look at that mirror. Do you see it? Elevators have one above the fire extinguisher. Move a little closer. Scooch there.
Okay.
She scooches over and dramatically scooches. He dramatically scooches over to her, making her laugh.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
She averts
There.
her eyes. And then he gently
There.
lifts her head back up.
There. Your blue eyes that remind me of salt water, with seagulls near the bay flying and diving. And your hair falls into waves around your face when you laugh, strand by strand. Like the falling apart of a pumpkin or a soft unfolding of a daisy. You laugh with your gut, and you call out everyone in school, and you sit with different cliques of kids every day in class. You overcame an eating disorder the whole school saw, and then ran track and won first place in the sprinting race. I was there for every step of high school. We'll look back and message each other or FaceTime sometime and laugh about how cheesy and lame high school was. The dissections, the petty gossip, kissing in hallways before the bells ring. But you, Beth, made high school shine with something like candlelight. Something that wasn't a monster like at all. If there's a monster, it's her illness. But it's not your life. It's just not. Look in the mirror, okay?
Beth looks, and she starts crying. She suddenly kisses the sky and smiles sadly.
I'm gonna be here for you. Even when we break up and move away to go to college.
Wow, that sounds so romantic.
You know what I mean. I'm being a realist. You're going to go to college.
My mom won't pay.
We'll make her. I'm gonna go to your house with you with all the papers all signed. And if not, we'll make you an emancipated college student. That's a thing. I looked it up. Well, my mom looked it up. I hope you don't mind. I told her.
Oh God, oh God.
That's the thing, Beth. She cried. She doesn't think less of you. I know your pretty brain is turning an invisible corkscrew, making it like your mom, depriving you of college is like a badge of honor you've earned. But it's the opposite, really. Every time she slaps you, hurts you, tells you you can't leave her house, there's already 4 people, the world, who want to help you because you're brave.
Brave. Brave. What does that word even mean?
You snuck into an elevator above a cop station. You beat anorexia when you were 14. And I remember you saying you weighed 80 pounds, but I knew you weighed 15 less than that. You raised your sister. You were the first to get into college.
I was afraid. That's the only reason I applied early acceptance. Pledging allegiance to the college so they'll let you in. I was used to that. Being allegiant.
You got in. What are you going to do for those 4 years?
Live abroad. France.
France, huh? What else?
And I'm gonna take as many classes as I can because I'll feel lucky to be there. I'll be so broke. I don't know how I'm gonna get through that. But maybe I'll nanny, work in the library, and I'll tell the freshmen how to write a research paper, and I'll meet friends every day, and I'll make professors feel special when they do lectures about the way the world works, and dreams and death and things, and maybe the longer I stay there, the less her words will be in my brain.
Exactly. Come on.
Guy presses the button to make the doors open, giving her one last kiss as he does so. There's a chiming sound and the doors open. He asks for her hand and she gives it, and the door to the elevator opens. But then they stay in the elevator. He pulls out his iPod and the song comes on. Fix You.
I like the song, but I don't think you need fixing. Please know that. I just think we need to, I guess you need to feel the love that we all get to have, like dancing in a ballroom.
But we're in an elevator.
There are cameras out there, at least I think. But look at the ballroom. We both know how to swing dance, because we're nerds and joined the swing dancing club.
2 years.
Exactly. And we dance and bundle up when the snow flies, and we leave the violence and the drudgery of your mom behind, and we come here and dance a dance that began when there was the Great Depression and racism and hatred everywhere, and we can connect to that time and dance anyways. Every time. How many dances we've been to?
12?
12!
But there's other girls. Girls with nice moms and no monsters in their head. Girls with money in their pocket and warm homes to return to, who don't have to care for their sister.
And then there's you, Beth. Okay?
They start dancing. He twirls her out and back in, and they do a dip. She laughs and then wipes a tear from her eyes. The song plays his chords, and then they're kissing. Suddenly, Sky pulls out a marble and the song ends.
So this is a marble.
I can see that. It's beautiful.
Jade,
Jade.
I want you to hold this marble when you're in college. I want you to hold this every day until your mom is no more than dust. Literally. I want you to see this marble and know that I remember you were the light in the classroom, in high school, which is hard to do. And you can look at this marble when the doubt swirls around like a soda bottle filled too tight. And I want you to remember that I heard your monsters and I only saw greatness. I know that's cheesy. I know it is. But when you look at this marble, I want you to know that you hold your whole world in your hands, like this marble. Picture it like it's your life, the world, the oceans. Hold this marble in your hand whenever you need to know you're getting the whole world. Just in case I'm not close enough to tell you that.
Thanks, Sky. We dance pretty well together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Do you think we're the only high school couple in the 2000s to take swing dance classes as a couple?
Probably. But you deserve to dance that way.
What way?
Twirling around until you want to stop? Taking the lead? Free?
She holds the marble in her hands, looking newfoundly determined.
I don't know if I can go to college.
What? I just explained.
I mean, I told her something. My mom. I told her every last fight I had left in me. I told her that I was done fighting. I told her I thought she was wrong, that I was more than the word she calls me. I said I deserve to go to therapy, even if it's expensive, instead of her trying to convince my grandparents to stop driving me there or paying for it. Well, in fact, they don't pay for it anymore. I told her I didn't want to be afraid of being hit when I made scrambled eggs, I told her when that being slumped in the hot tub while my little sister was home, passed out from gin she hides in the closet, was wrong. Dangerous. And even though I was shaking like a leaf, I knew I couldn't go back to the time before. When I told her nothing, I kept her secrets. And I'll be honest, I still believe her lies. I'm still worried about a world where I'm the only one who really loves me and has known me my whole life. I told her I'm sorry and I'm not coming back. I told her sorry for that she believes all this crap about me, but I also told her I'm not coming back. The thing is, I don't know where to go. I don't really have anywhere to go. My family doesn't believe this is happening. That we're not just fighting.
Stay with me.
Oh, that's not why I brought this up. Let's leave it your beautiful speech, the marble. The marble helps Sky. I just need to make it 6 more months and then I'll fight like hell to stay on campus all the time.
Stay with me. I know we're in high school. We'll break up and I'll follow through. I know I'm a cheeseball and a boy in high school, but I'll tell my mom we're breaking up and that you need help. And you'll stay in the guest room. And every time I see you and want to kiss you, I'll just remember that you're holding on to constellations and you can't let them go for anyone. And then I'll smile.
Your mom would never.
She would, and I already asked her. It's just up to you to say yes.
Say yes to breaking up with you?
Something like that. Which is gonna suck. But at least
I'll be out of the house where it started.
Exactly. I love you, Beth.
Beth kissing him slowly and then wipes a tear from her eye.
Okay. I already have my bags packed. Just gonna sleep in the car.
The car?
He looks upset. He stands up and punches the button in anger. It goes to the first floor and the alarm bells sound.
Shit. God, I hate your mother.
Hate's a strong word.
Don't you get it? You never ever see the alarms going off that scream she has issues. She's the dangerous one. It was never you. You're not dangerous. She's keeping you in danger. There's a difference, but not anymore. Come on. Want to go break up?
I can't repay your mom. I have nothing to give.
Sometimes all you need to give the world is a little break from the pain. Show them how you smile when you're safe. Drinking coffee with my mom, highlighting course books on Amazon, buying dorm stuff at Target with a latte in your hands with your friends, kissing your first college boyfriend. You do that in spite of your mom. That's all you gotta do. Is drive the monsters away, word by word, until your mom isn't a monster anymore. She's not repeating words in your head, even when she's not around. She's just dust.
Constellations have stardust, don't they?
Guy taking the marble from her hand, spinning it around, and then gives it back to her again.
So they say, Beth. So they say. Hey, speaking of breakups and cheesy places to break up and everything,
I hate that we have to break up.
I'd break up with you 1,000 times if it meant you feel like you're the cheesy heights of a Ferris wheel at night. You're feeling like you could smile so wide the machine will break. But I heard the lame high school way to break up is by going to the pudding place down the street. It's open all night.
The healthy ice cream place. But I like putting gummy bears on top, biting their heads off.
Morbid. So, is it just me, but do you suddenly have a craving for pudding?
Mm-hmm. I'll say, it's not you, it's me, really dramatically.
And I'll stomp off and then remember you never told me you wanted to, then remember you never told me why you wanted to get a dino nugget tattoo and come back for answers. But I'll be crying like I'm wont to do.
I got the dino nugget tattoo because even when my mom gets really mean, she still remembers to buy those dumb chicken nuggets. She knows I like them. Or maybe she just thinks I need to keep eating meat, and that the first time I ate meat after my eating disorder, I had some of these nuggets with my sisters. Maybe I don't know the reason, but it's the only thing I can concretely remember that she did with love. Even now. Even after...
Still enacting the script, but even though he is moved by what she's saying.
And then the breakup will feel like a really silly dream. And I'll remember why we'll always be friends, cheesiness and all.
And then, when I see your cheesy smile, I'll take a fingerful of pudding and spread it all over your face.
Guy opens his mouth in mock horror.
And we'll say we can be friends.
And for once, we'll actually mean it.
They step out of the elevator and the doors close. The alarm ends. Lights fade. End of play. Wow. Thank you guys for reading that play. I thought you guys sounded so good together. Very sweet. I loved every moment of it.
I totally concur. That was really great to listen to. Thank you so much for reading that. So we are going to get to our last play, but first, Ellen, would you like to read out the patrons one last time?
Yeah, I'll give you a rundown.
All
All
right.
right.
Thanks.
Okay. Katie Schwebka, Ryan Shalia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Kuriazis, Leslie Lusterman, Kelly Booth, Scott Seifert, Elizabeth Pope, Lori Mara, Jackie Sedler, Gwen Davis, Laura Walford, Derry Howell, and Elizabeth Pope. Thank you so much for being awesome and donating your lovely little dollars to us. We hope to give you some more and more stuff every day and every week and every year. We're getting there. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Awesome. Thank you again. So now we are going to get started with our last play of the evening called Growing Young Together by Jeff Dunn. I have Sarah being read by Alyssa Grace Adams, Alex being read by Roger Gans, and Server being read by Deborah Orange. And the stage directions will be read by me, Lola Gentil. And checking. Yes. So we are all ready. Awesome. So, Growing Young Together by Jeff Dunn. Oh, also, sorry, John Paul is reading the voice of Doug. I almost forgot. Growing Young Together by Jeff Dunn. Sarah is sitting alone at a table for two in an elegant restaurant. She has a large handbag at the side of her chair. She checks her appearance in a small mirror in between looking around for someone. Her phone rings.
Hello?
It's me.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Don't come on me. Look, what do you want?
Can't we just talk for a bit?
No, we can't just...
She looks around uncomfortably, then...
Hold on.
She takes out an earbud, puts it in her ear, then a little quieter.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Look, Doug, you can't keep calling me like this.
I just think we shouldn't...
Doug, we're not right for each other.
We could be, if only...
We tried. For too many years. It's not...
I really think we can make it work.
Look, I can't do this right now. I'm on a date. Or at least I will be soon. Hopefully.
Alex enters, looking around, and spots Sarah just as she waves at him.
He's here. I have to go.
But I think...
Alex, having walked over...
Sarah?
Still to Doug.
I told you.
I'm sorry?
And I'm not coming back.
You haven't left yet.
Goodbye.
Well, I think that was the record for my shortest date.
Sarah takes her earbud out.
Sorry, what was that?
Are you Sarah?
On occasion. I'm guessing you must be Alex.
Unless you got a better name in mind. Sorry I'm late. There was a huge traffic jam. This enormous green buffalo was charging down 4th Avenue, and the police had stopped all traffic while they tried to get everything under control. Do you mind?
He motions to the seat. Sarah makes a corresponding by all means gesture, and he sits.
Anyway, it was a big production.
You're telling me that you're late because of a green buffalo production?
There was dancing.
Now, when you say green, are you describing its color or conveying a lack of experience?
Both, but mostly the latter. You could tell by the way it was always slightly out of step with the police lieutenant.
Breadsticks?
Is that a new dance? I'm not familiar with that one.
No, I was hoping maybe you brought some with you.
I could probably find some.
Alex raises his hand to wave over a server.
Do you need a menu?
Only when you are going to bake it.
It takes Alex a moment, but then he makes a needing gesture. Sarah gestures that he got the joke and he gives her appreciative a nice one, just as the server arrives.
Bonsoir. Welcome to La Comptoir de Vin. May I start you off with something to drink?
Perhaps. But first, we're facing an unacceptably low density of breadsticks in our local vicinity.
The server looks at him in confusion. Alex turns to Sarah.
I was clear, right?
You want breadsticks, oui?
We do.
And do you know what you'd like for dinner, or do you need a little more time?
I do. Do you?
We do.
The server is finding their wordplay utterly lowbrow.
I'd like whatever she's having. Your turn.
A sly grin comes onto Sarah's face as she turns to the server.
I'll have chicken nuggets.
Excusez-moi?
Chicken nuggets? Shaped like dinosaurs, though.
We do not have chicken nuggets.
That's okay. I figured that might be the case.
Sarah reaches into her bag and pulls out a package of now thawing dino-shaped chicken nuggets.
About 15 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit should do it.
Quoi?
What?
What?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I don't know what 350 is in Celsius. Do you?
I think about 175.
Thanks. So, 175 Celsius for about 15... Oh, dear.
What's wrong?
I have no idea what a minute is in metric.
An eternity.
Did you bring any French fries?
Sarah shakes her head.
I knew I was forgetting something. And to a French restaurant, no less. How embarrassing.
The server stares at the two, and they just look at them. In a fit of disgusted resignation, the server takes the nuggets, flashes a smile that speaks nothing of happiness, and struts off. Sarah and Alex maintain very serious expressions until they're gone, and then they burst out laughing.
You brought chicken nuggets. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Although I have to ask, why?
It was a spur of the moment inspiration. I think you can tell a lot about someone by how they react to the unexpected,
I couldn't agree more.
says the guy who had claimed to be late because of a musical bison backup.
It could happen.
You were scoping me out first, weren't you?
What? No. So now I bet I know what that phone call was about. Emergency out?
Nope, you just lost the bet. It was my ex.
Your ex. Interesting. You keep your own personal set of letters. I like that. I used to keep a box of Oxford commas in my glove compartment for grammatical emergencies.
Good thinking.
You can never be too cautious, careful, comma, or well prepared. So when did you two break up?
That depends a lot on who you ask.
Well, since I'm asking you.
Then I'd say about 2 months ago.
And him?
I think he'd say we haven't.
That's a little awkward.
No, as it turns out, it's a lot awkward.
So if I may be so bold, why'd you break up?
He once showed up late for dinner.
Oh, that bastard.
I know, right?
The server has returned with a plate of dinner rolls and places them on the table.
I see you've brought the relativistic breadsticks.
Quoi?
What?
What?
When breadsticks travel at close to the speed of light, they contract until they're shaped like this. That's what happened, right?
The server just stares at Alex, then shakes their head, rolls their eyes, and exits.
You're nothing like him. At least, I think you aren't.
Well, I'm not French, for starters.
I meant my ex, Doug.
You should always be looking toward the future. That's why I make it a rule to never date anyone whose name is in the past tense.
Good thinking. Who was your last girlfriend?
May Beatrice Fielding.
May B. Fielding?
Alex grins.
Sounds imperfect.
Well played. So, Doug, what went south?
I don't want to bore you with my life.
There's something else you plan to bore me with?
Do you really want to know?
Of course I do. Might help me avoid a pitfall if we make it to a second date.
Sound reasoning. Okay. The problem with Doug was success.
God, I hate that. Sorry, go on.
It's not that I object to it. More money's great, of course, but for Doug, it went along with taking everything so seriously. It's like somewhere along the way he forgot how to laugh. And worse, it felt like he was making me forget. There was a right and a wrong to every situation, and wrong was inexcusable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. At some point, you have to start growing young again, or else everything just becomes mundane.
Growing young. Yeah, that's exactly it. It feels like everyone is racing to grow up and succeed, but they never really think about what success means. They take someone else's idea of what life should be about, which is usually money, and just run with it.
Exactly.
Alex looks at her, assessing.
What?
He makes a decision.
Do you want to know why I was actually late?
The server returns with 2 plates of chicken nuggets.
Your pépite de poulet dinosaur.
Merci, garçon.
Server rolls their eyes and with extreme dryness and insincerity.
It's like you were born in Belly.
They turn to leave the table, but
Wait, there's a problem.
Too exotic for you? Or perhaps you need ketchup.
We haven't had dessert yet. We can't have the main course until we've had dessert.
What were we thinking?
To make my life a living hell?
No, that's just a perk.
We'd like to see the dessert menu.
But of course. Is there anything else? Maybe some crayons?
Yes!
Can you be trusted with them?
We'll be good.
We'd be great.
Together with a kid's menu, perhaps.
Perfect.
Perfect.
the server leaves with a magnificent rolling of their eyes.
Where were we?
You were late?
Oh, right.
Alex pulls out a marble from his pocket and holds it up. It's swirled with blues and greens.
I dropped it by accident and it went down the sink. I had to take the whole thing apart.
It looks like a little planet.
Exactly. I got this when I was about 7. I used to take it everywhere with me, although now I just take it when I need some good luck. But more than that, it's a reminder.
Clearly not a reminder to keep it away from the sink.
Well, that too now, but no. You see, I always thought of it like a little world I could carry around with me. And I used to imagine all the different things that would happen in this world. People in this world would always be nice to each other, and there were fairies and dragons and all kinds of amazing things. It was the source of all kinds of stories that I used to make up. Still do, actually.
Nice.
Anyway, when I was about 9, I decided what the people of this world wanted more than anything else was just to be happy. They didn't struggle to get rich or own land or control the people around them. They just tried to spend as much time laughing and making others laugh as they possibly could. And the rulers, they would be the people who made the most other people happy.
Sarah smiles, clearly finding Alex to be a kindred soul. After a moment of silent connection, the server returns with a dessert menu and plops it on the table between them to break the moment. Sarah picks it up and reads.
Creme brulee?
They both shake their heads.
Pralines?
They look at each other considering, then simultaneously shake their heads again.
Macarons. Wait, that's it? Just 3 options?
Sarah, do you suddenly have a craving for...
Pudding?
I was going to say ice cream, but pudding works. Garçon?
It's Jacqueline, but whatever.
We'll have pudding, chocolate.
Vanilla.
Half and half.
We don't serve pudding.
I can't believe you deny service to an innocent bowl of pudding.
Quoi?
That's awful.
I bet they serve pudding on your Marble World.
Are you kidding? There's a whole island in the Sea of Fudge populated by pudding poets.
We should go there.
Yes, we should.
Alex stands and reaches out a hand. Sarah takes it and stands. The server just shakes their head in disgust and walks off.
I don't think we brought much happiness there.
This will.
Alex takes out a couple of $20 bills and lays them on the table.
Money's good for some things, after all.
So, tell me about this world of yours.
Better yet, why don't you tell me about...
And the lights go out. Thank you so much, everyone. That was a really, really fun play to read. I was actually trying very hard not to laugh the whole time.
Oh man, yeah, I kind of forgot how goofy it was. It made me laugh so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. This was a thrill and a pleasure. Ellen, is there anything else?
No, I just wanted to also say thank you. We had a lot of new people today, and I love to see it. Yeah, thank you guys so much. It was lovely having you, and I hope you come back and share this with all your friends, and then we'll even make our community even larger. So love that.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Thank you, everyone.